All right. Okay, we are live. All right, so we're going to get started. I'm going to share my screen here. I hope everybody is ready to take some notes. And this will be recorded on our YouTube channel. So all right. Okay, we are live. All right, so we're going to get started. I'm going to share my screen here. I hope everybody is ready to pause. All right. All righty, we're back in real time. Okay. That was Adrian from the past. All right. So, okay. So here we go. We're going to talk about getting started right and starting now in your 3 business and in your 3 journey. So there's a couple things that we need to get down if you haven't done that so far. And that is that hopefully every single one of you has received a welcome letter. Now, why do we send welcome letters just from our team? It's to see why. Let me get a pen. Give everybody like a brief overview, a brief understanding, of like what we do as a team, how to get connected to the company, the team, everything else. It just allows you to be able to do all that good stuff. It does walk you through, and you should have received already like your login, right? So your unique login, username and password, and you'll be able to access your back office. Also, it talks about Shout, which we're going to talk about in its entirety right now. Don't scan this link. Actually, I think I did update it. Let me find out. But anyways, in the welcome letter, you'll have the right link because that for sure is updated. Shout.me.app. Is it working? Yep. Okay, it worked. All right. So it does work. You can get to Shout that way too. So Shout is our team communications app. We have several different groups that are in there. So instead of having multiple groups on social media, we just have Shout, and then Shout, we have different groups inside social media, inside Shout, which makes it a lot easier to communicate. Plus we have quick links in Shout. So this is why we love Shout. For those of you who 3-star and above, we still have a WhatsApp group. For those of you who are working on 3-star above, you'll be added to that when you become 3-star. Otherwise, you're going to stay in these chat groups right now to receive announcements. And the team chat is for that. It's for any questions, answers, any team chatter. We do have a product FAQ section. So in there, if you have product specific questions, that would be different from team specific questions, which might have to do with like scheduling or the team calendar, or where do I find this? Or, so I have this question, or I'm coming up against this, etc. So the team chat is for that. The recognition is for Legacy Makers recognition. So that's when you're rising up the ranks, we recognize you there as well as on our Facebook page. Okay, so this is what it looks like. You'll click links, and then you'll see in links that it'll have lots of quick links for you to be able to utilize. So this is in the team, Legacy Makers team chat. It'll have the welcome letter, the team calendar, the team Zoom link, which you're on right now, the Perfect 7 script, lots of different, things that you can use, the landing page, etc. PowerPoint, all that good stuff. When you click on team calendar, it looks like this. So this is the basic, right? It's just understanding where to find information about what we're doing on a weekly basis. And we do a really great job of keeping that updated as much as possible, just so that you always know what you have to plug into as a resource for the week. We do have social media platforms. We have Legacy Makers team Facebook page. You want to be a part of that. We also have a Be Nourished product coaching community, which is slightly inactive right now. We're not really doing too much there. It's probably better if you just focus on the product FAQs for now in Shout. And then we also have the YouTube team recordings. So Legacy Maker, all of our YouTube, it's called Legacy Makers team on YouTube. You'll look at the little icon. Again, it's like that sunsetty ocean. That's the YouTube channel where you can get quick resources as well. And then we're going to talk about the power of 3. Like, what is your why? And I know that yesterday, if you guys were on Power Hour yesterday, Wendy and Daryl did a really good job of going through making sure you have a good understanding of what you're doing and why, right? Why you're doing this. So we're going to dive into how you can find that why. And that is, I usually start with 3 basic things. I start out with, what are your health goals? Because if you don't have your health, you don't have much of anything. I start out with, what are your main income goals? So let's say you want to make $500 more per month than you're currently doing, or $1,000 more per month than you're currently doing, right? Or maybe $1,000 a week, right? It just depends. Then also we're going to talk about the third thing, which is, what will accomplishing these dreams, goals, and desires do for me and even those around me? So we take it one step further. So this is the fastest way to just get to, like, why am I doing this, right? What am I doing this for? Why did I say yes to this? So maybe you would answer this like this. Maybe you would start out with, well, I'm looking to be healthier on a regular basis. I'm not hoping, maybe you're going for having less cravings, being able to feel fuller longer, having better hair, skin, nails, all of the different benefits that our products offer. Maybe you're going for weight loss. Maybe you're going to, use Purify to be able to help you, lose pounds and inches, things like that. So you want to put down at least 3 things in that area. Then with main income goal, I always go with like, what is the max? So everyone goes, I want to be a millionaire, right? But why? Like, could you spend $1 million? If I put $1 million in front of you today, and I know we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, but I said, if I put $1 million in front of you today, where would that money go? Do you know? And the reason I asked that question is because you can be a multimillionaire here, but you will never become a multimillionaire until you know exactly how you're going to spend that money. Right. So I know it's exciting and great. And everyone thinks, oh, this is like, we're going to get rich quick. You're not, my friends. You're going to get rich because you're putting the time and the effort in, and you're remembering your why on a consistent daily basis. So that's one thing I'm super realistic about. Oftentimes we'll put out there, George and I have, been fortunate enough to be able to earn several $1 million in this industry, but guess what? We knew exactly where that was going. We knew where it was being accounted for. Does that make sense? And now we know why we're doing it again. So I think that's kind of a fun goal as far as big, but if we drop it back to weekly goals, it's perfectly like, I guess I want to say, reasonable and realistic to say, I would like to earn an extra, I don't know, 500 to 700 a week. That's perfectly realistic. I would even say $1,000 per week is realistic, because if we break it down by packs, which I could do for you, if we were to promote 2 founders packs a week, that's $750 a week, just in upfront cash, not even including your cycles. Right. So like, we know you can make big money with this, but let's start week by week by week. So maybe put in there exactly what your main income goals would be. Like maybe it's, I want to be earning this by the end of my first month. And by my second month, I want to be earning this per week. And by my third month, I want to be earning this. And in a year from now, I want to be a 6-star or whatever that looks like. Okay. As so long as you're willing to put the work in, my friends, and it gets you excited and it drives you, like maybe it's a little bit scary, but also like exciting. That's the thrill factor that you're looking for when you're trying to develop your why. And then as far as what these goals, like what will accomplishing these dreams, goals, and desires do for you and those around you, make a vision board. Like I'm big on Pinterest. I have lots of vision boards on Pinterest. I also have a physical vision board that I stick up over my TV during the day so that I know when I'm working and when I'm sitting back and relaxing. Because if I'm walking past my TV and all of my goals are sitting up on a big cardboard box right up there, I'm that much more likely to go dive in. Call some more people, text some more people, get a few people, wanting to take a look at what we're doing. Right. So, but I am super big on vision boards. I remember the very first time I ever created a vision board ever in my life, I felt so weird and so awkward. And I was like, okay, what if none of this stuff ever happens? But the way that the board made me feel when I looked at it, it was like I was in abundance. I was being surrounded by abundance. It was like the sky had no limits, right? Every time I looked at the board, it got me excited inside. It elicited a response, like a physical response. I'd be like, what would it be like to drive that car? Ooh, I would like try it on for size mentally, right? So you want to be able to get that close to really dreaming up a big, big, fat, audacious dream, okay? That you go, okay, this is why I'm doing this, right? Not everybody gets excited about money. Not everybody gets excited about health goals, but together there is something that you're excited about. There is something that this opportunity can and will do for you once we gather what that is and we apply ourselves. So that's that. Okay. So now, okay, I don't know what just happened there. Okay, we're going to talk about writing down some people while you're thinking about this. So maybe you got excited and you're like, gosh, yeah, I would really like to be able to, retire at some point. I would really like to be able to be earning, I don't know, 10 to 12,000 per month, whatever that goal is. So you want to start thinking about the types of people that might feel the same way as you, right? So we're going to write down a couple names right now. Okay. So I want you to write down anyone you know that you feel is open-minded. Okay. Maybe they're health oriented or they're an entrepreneur, right? Who do you know that values health? Who do you know that values entrepreneurship, right? Who do you know that deserves top positioning in your business? Maybe you're just getting started and you're still filling out your left and right teams with those top positions. Like, who do you know is like wants first movers advantage, right? Like you really want to reach for the stars here. So like you start with your cell phone, my friends. So like if we whipped out our cell phone, in fact, I'm going to do this with you right now. Okay. And I'm going to come into my contacts and I'm going to start in the A's. And I can think of, and I'm really thinking about like who, like out of these people, who have maybe I haven't contacted them in through the A. And I kind of like meditate.
You froze really bad. We didn't hear any of that.
Oh, am I back?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't say anything yet. I was looking through my phone. It was a long pause because I really was looking through my phone. I'm doing this activity with you. We're looking for names right now of people that we want to introduce to 3. So I'm going through and I'm thinking to myself, like, who do I think would be excited or interested? Okay. So, and for multiple reasons. So, oh, you know what? I remember this. I met this gal. Okay, hold on. This is good. Okay, so I'm going to write this down. I'm going to write down Casey's name. And I'm going to send Casey a text. Okay. And then let me keep going. Let me see here. Because, like, as we're moving through this, like, there's just always somebody to talk to. Okay, let me see. All right, now I'm going to go to, okay, I've got to write down Angela. Okay. Right. Write down some names real quick while we're doing this. This is interactive. And see, some of these people, I'm like, do I even know who they are still? Maybe I should be sending them a message and saying, hey, I'm cleaning out my phone. Can you remind me how we're connected? Okay, let me see. Yeah, I mean, I'm just going to write down until I get at least 3 names down. Okay. And maybe you already have a list of names and you want to go in and highlight and circle off some of those names. Okay. Like, okay, I'm going to circle and I'm going to, okay. Oh, and one more. Okay, Lindsay. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I've got my 3. Let me know if you guys have yours. But we're just thinking of people that we're going to reach out to. Okay, and I'm just wanting to put you in action so that we can do this together. So you're not like stuck going, that was a really lovely presentation. Do I actually have to do that? Do I actually do this? Okay, is this for real? Is she real in there? Ding, ding, right? Okay. So I'm reeling here and we're doing this together right now. So, okay. So I've got Casey, Angela, and Lindsay. All right. And then hopefully you guys have your people too. We're going to move forward. All right. Before we dive in to this, we're going to send a quick, actually put it on pause. So that's good. Write your names down. And as we keep talking, write your names down. Okay. Now we're going to dive into some logistical things. All right. So we're going to talk about the team standard. Are you already set up for SmartShip? Yes or no? Okay, that's what you need to ask yourself. The reason I do this is because some of us, we come on with founders packs. Like I know I did. And then I always want to make sure I've got my SmartShip set up for the next date I can have it set up for. You never want to miss a SmartShip. So because as we're moving forward, SmartShip is the glue that holds our entire business together. So if we're not an example of that, how do we go out and tell others to be an example of that, right? So I always put the oxygen mask on first. So we want to make our SmartShip set up to at least a box of Eternal. Why? Because it's 60 CV. That's the minimum that your SmartShip needs to be set to so that you can get paid every single month. Okay, so it is your everything. It's your marketing expense, right? It's your rent in your business. It's your, overhead, right? It's all of that stuff that just helps you. But what's nice about it is you're eating your overhead and you're writing it off. Okay. Because it is a marketing expense. You can't get paid without being a product of the product. So in order to become qualified brand ambassador, not only are you going to have your smart ship set up, but the first 2 people you enroll, you're going to make sure that their initial order totaled at least 100 CV and that their smart ship is set to 60. So we have 2 friends onboarding or family and commissionable, and that's QBA, qualified brand ambassador. So it's like prime real estate in your business, beachfront property, right? One on your left, one on your right. Okay, so when I'm first sitting down with somebody and I'm onboarding them, I'm going, who do you know, who do you know, who do you know? Because now we've got to fill those top 2 spots, right? We've got to put one on the left and one on the right and make sure that they're active and qualified. Okay, so we cannot pass go until they're active and qualified. All right. So the power of 3. So now I want you to think about this. All right. So maybe you just got your first 2. We need 1 more. We're going to go for 1 more. That's why we just wrote down a couple names together, right? We're going to need 1 more because what we're going to do is we're going to talk about if we went by 3s in 3. This is kind of fun. Okay. So hear me out. All right. We're building out a team. And let's say we did it 3 at a time. 3 at a time. Okay. So we enroll 1 on our common leg, 1 on our shared leg. Okay. That's common leg is shared leg. That means it's the leg that you share with the person who sponsored you. And then we're going to enroll 1 on the other leg, our private leg, or vice versa. You can enroll 2 on your private leg because we're going for 3. You're already qualified brand ambassador in my mind. Okay. So if you're on this call, you're already QBA. So what you're going to do now is you're going to go out and enroll 1 more, just 1 more. Okay, it's the weekend. We're going to enroll 1 more down that private leg and start building out a base. All right. And we're going to teach and repeat this for the next 3 weeks. Teach and repeat for the next 3 weeks. So enrolling 3 and 3 every 3 weeks. Okay. And the reason that is it's going to help you build a base. And this is your roadmap to 3-star. So if you had 3 people down one side and 3 down another, you'd be building out a solid foundation. That means you're enrolling 3 on your common leg and 3 on your private leg, and you're going to teach and repeat. So when those guys come on board with founders packs, Bob, Sam, Lynn, Sue, Jan, Pam. Okay. And now if they don't come in with the founders pack, what are we going to do? We're going to keep going, but we're also going to help that person come back and go QBA. So it's hard to work with more than 6 people at a time. So those first 6 that say yes with the founders pack, we're going to turn around and work with them to build out that same foundation. All right, I'm going to throw something out here that's going to blow your mind, and then I'm going to show you an example. If somebody were to come to me today and say, I need to replace a 6-figure income, I need to be making anywhere between 10 to 12,000 per month, I would legit tell them that we are not going to stop until they have 20 people down their left team and 20 people down their right team. We call it 20/20 vision. Do you want to know why? Out of the 20, 2 from each side are going to pop. It's not a matter of if, you guys, it's a matter of when. And when those 4 total people pop, 2 on your left and 2 on your right, you're never going to have to worry about money again. And you're going to go in and you're going to help them do the same. But we've got to find the right people. So that's why we talk about the bigger packs while we have them. I don't know what I'm going to do when the founders pack goes away because it is the best package. I know that I'm doing the right thing by bringing them on board with the founders pack right now. Like even if they're putting on a credit card, why? I'm going to go help them go QBA in their first 24 to 48 hours. And if you've already done that, give yourself a huge round of applause because you are business minded, my friend. Like you're on your way. Now we've got to go out and complete that process and make sure that we're building out to 3-star and that we turn around and we take these 6 people and we build them to 3-star. And then we're going to teach and repeat that for the next 3 weeks. Okay. The reason why is because I know from there, 6 plus 6 is 12, right? If I do another 6, right, that's 18 down one side. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to hit those numbers at one point. I just know I'm going to hit the numbers at one point, but let's start 3 by 3 by 3. Okay. Now we're going to talk about something called Happy 10. Another reason to go 20/20, my friends, because what you'll do is you'll end up with 10 customers and or brand ambassadors. So anytime you have an accumulation, and this is one cycle, you have an accumulation of 900 CVs, this is a cycle, you earn $35. So if we start looking at the structure of your organization, this triangle of love here as people start onboarding, anytime they order a pack or an individual product, those start totaling up like banks. So your left team is a bank and your right team is a bank. Okay. And as they start totaling out, you're cycling based off of the rotation of the 900 CV between both of your legs. That's how we can pay you on the entirety of your organization, regardless of depth. So people are like, how do you not have levels? Isn't this network marketing? Well, not in this example. We don't have levels in this example because you're going to get paid off of everybody who comes underneath you, left and right team, for the rest of your life, whether you did the work or not. Right? So yeah, right now we're pushing a rock up a hill, but once the rock gets up the hill and it goes down, this is a downhill. It's like you're not going to be able to stop that rock. You're not going to, this is how we're paying. It's just for you to have an understanding that we pay off the entirety of your organization, regardless of depth. So you could have somebody down on level 149, and are you still getting paid? Yes. Why? Because of cycles. So it's what we call a 1/3, 2/3 split. Now, what you will notice in the visual is that retail customers do not take position in the tree, but preferred customers do. So I don't talk a lot about retail unless I'm working with an influencer or a doctor or somebody who wants to retail the products out of their office. I would rather somebody onboard as a preferred customer because I'm getting paid on my retail customers and that volume's flowing down to where I need it, but it's not the same as having a solid foundation. Does that make sense? You might have a retail customer once, but you'll have a preferred customer for months and you'll have a brand ambassador for life if you do your job right. Okay. And you get them plugged in and you keep helping them win. So that's where that comes in. Okay. And here's this example. So on the left side here, this left bank, we've totaled out 2,100 CV. On our right bank, we've totaled out 1,600 CV. What does this mean? Okay. We have a combined 3,700 CV. Okay. We divide that by 900. That's the value of a cycle. That equals 4 cycles. If we don't have a happy 10 yet, then we're getting paid $35. So that's $140. And you're like, okay, that's okay. That's, I can buy something with $140. I could definitely pay for some more products, stuff like that. But as we keep building, let's say we start and we have 10 customers and our brand ambassadors, and retail customers count. So a combined 10 customers and our brand ambassadors at any one point in a month. All right. And you give yourself a 20% raise. Now you're earning $45 per cycle. Base cap would be 600 cycles, which is $27,000 per week. So in this main fortification, in this main structure, in this main foundation, the max that you can earn all the way down is $27,000 per week. Now, it doesn't stop there. There's no limit to the amount of positions you can have. I don't want to blow your mind. I think that's too much right now. I just want you to know that in this main structure, initially, your base cap is $27,000 per week, about 1.4 million a year. Okay. That's where that starts and stops. Okay. So where will you be in the next 3 months? You just wrote down 3 names that we're going to contact in a moment. Okay. But out of this, in the next 3 months, I want you to see what would happen if you continue to duplicate this process. So if you did 3 in the first month and those 3 brought 3, you'd have 9 in your second month. And those 3 brought 3, you'd have 27 in your third month, right? And over 6 months' time, it grows. But here's the crazy part about this. This is how we bring this into a realistic moment for you. Okay. If we take this, hold on. I'm sorry. I've got to move this bar in order to be able to see. Okay. All right. If we take this and we do the math, we'd have 39 total teammates in our first 90 days. Okay. If we went 3 by 3 by 3. If we times that by 100 CV SmartShip, because remember, that's the team standard, no minimum than an intro pack. Okay. And they're smart. I'm sorry. The SmartShip is usually 60, but in most people, anyone raise your hand if you order more than 60 CV per month? Right. Okay. So that's what I'm trying to say. That's where this 100 comes in. So 100 CV SmartShip, you'd be at 3,900 in total volume. You divide that by 900 CV, right? There's your 4 cycles again, guys. So times $35, it's $151. Times 45, because you have a happy 10 now, it'd be 194, right? Per month. Okay. We're paying for our products in the first 90 days. But what happens if it keeps going? If we totaled up in a year, if you gave, I'm sorry, not even a year, in 9 months, if everyone kept duplicating this forward 3 by 3 by 3, okay, you'd have 29,523 teammates. If they all did 100 CV SmartShip, you'd be at 2,952,300 in volume. If we divide that by 900, congratulations. You did it. You're earning $27,000 per week. You've maxed out the comp plan at $27,000 per week in 9 months. Now look, we haven't even been open 9 months. Okay. We haven't even been open 9 months. All right. Let's get back to how exciting that is, that moment. But what would happen if only half of that happened? What if it was imperfect? Not everybody brought their 3, right? Okay. Well, would you be okay with 13,500 per month? What about a quarter of the time it happened? Would you be okay with 6,750 per month? What about an eighth of the time? Would you be okay with an extra 3,000? 1/16 of it happens. Would you be okay with an extra 1,687 per month on top of whatever you're doing? 1/32, 843 per month. Okay. So if you were failing 90% of the time, if only 10% of the time you were succeeding with people saying yes and getting excited, would you be okay with an extra 3,000 per month? That's what those numbers are saying. Okay. So that's exciting. That's exciting stuff. So I shared that with you to hopefully get you excited and imagine the possibilities. All right. Now we're going to fast start your success. I'm going to take you through the basics of building a 6 and 7 figure income. And that is these basics right here. Do you see this? Number 1, we're going to connect. Number 2, we present. Number 3, we follow up. Number 4, essentially, we repeat and teach this daily to the people we bring on board. So I'm going to go through this one more time so that this never leaves your brain. What do? We connect, we present, we follow up. We connect, we present, we follow up. Is this rocket science? No. We connect, we present, and we follow up. Okay. So that is why I love being a part of a business like this. The basics never change, my friends. The basics never change. We do have a Project 100 sheet. If you're going to go for 2020, if your goal is to do big money, then you're going to go for 100 names. You're going to go through and you're going to reach out and connect with 100 names. If you did it in your first 90 days, you would never be looking back, my friends. But the majority of you guys, sometimes you get stuck. Sometimes you get sidetracked. Sometimes people say no to you and it wipes you out instead of intrigues you or gets you fired up and puts a little fight in you. Right? $1 million earners. And every single one of them, they were asked, did you go through 100 names in your first 90 days? What do you think the answer was? Yes. All 22 of the people that were multi-million dollar earners in their first 90 days got from 100 people in 90 days. Some of them did it in 30. It was like a game for them. They were like so excited to introduce what they had, right? They weren't looking at people as numbers, but they were doing the numbers. Does that make sense? Yes, because where there is, you cast a large net, you get a bigger return. If you cast a small net, you get a small return. So that's what this is, you guys. This is the firing up aspect of this. It's getting a little bit of fight in you. If you haven't gone through and we're in our last run, we're in our last quarter. Most people are looking for something right now. They need more money for the holidays. Health is important. They're worried about putting on 5 to 10 extra pounds over the holidays, right? They're excited about what we have. Somebody out there is waiting for you to contact them and you need to write their name down. We only wrote down 3. What if you did 33 times 3? You know what I'm saying? So write your name down. If it's a new week for you, by the way, every single one of you who has a names list from the last onboarding call last week, it's a new week for you. If somebody said no to you last week, add 3 new names that we wrote down together to the names list you started last week. This is a living list. It's alive. People are alive. You're alive. The list lives. We keep adding to it. Okay. All right. So what are the best ways to connect? We always say this, utilizing the scripts, right? Using a business approach script, using the Carpe Diem system script, using your perfect 7, planning to book a perfect 7 every single week, not every single month. Some of you guys are on the slow plan. We want you on the fast track. Okay. We want to do 7 Zoom calls a week. And there is 4 to 5 Zoom calls that you can plug into that exist, that you can invite people to every single week. It's only your job to get them there and to follow up, right? Connect, present, follow up. Connect, Hey, how are you? How's life? We're going to form them, right? Then we're going to get them to a tool. Would you be open to jumping on a quick Zoom for me? I just would love for you to put some eyes on it. I need some feedback. And then we're going to follow up with somebody on the phone. Okay. Your perfect 7 means any Zoom call that you can get 7 people on per week. I know the numbers don't quite match up there for what we're doing, but I always say 2 per day, 10 in play. So if you do 2 per day, 2 connects, 2 reach outs a day, that like 2 full presentations a day, like your goal is to get them to really look, to connect and present. And you're going to have 10 people in play to follow up with, right? So we want a large list of people that we're planting seeds with, that we're following up with on a big basis, you guys. I know this says 11 per day. That's the numbers for it officially, but let's just go with 2 per day. Okay. But if you want to fast track, I would reach out to 10 people per day to get 2 people onto a Zoom call. I really would. If you wanted 2 people per day really taking a look, I would reach out to 20 people per day and be like, hey, how are you? Just wanted to let you know I'm doing this really cool thing tonight. We're going to be on this Zoom call with like my entire proactive wellness platform. We're building global distribution centers all over. Could you please take a look for me? That's all I ask. Okay. So the goal is to get them to take a look. Why? Why is that so important? If they just take a look at a piece of material, if they just take a look at a quick link, it's not the same. Now, if you sent somebody to the landing page, is that the same? Yes, because the landing page has what? Everything. It has everything that they need to see on it. So you could fast track your way there too if you get them on the landing page and say, hey, watch that quick video. And then on the next page, there's a 19-minute video. That's really the video I want you to watch. That's really the video I want you to watch. Let me know when you're finished with it, right? And then I'll follow up. So I'm just giving you little tidbits there. Best ways of presenting: send the landing page, invite to a team Zoom link, right? Using the team calendar or a recorded Zoom from YouTube. Book a one-on-one with us. You guys know, does everyone know how to book it says book a Zoom now. Instead of one-on-one scheduling, it says book a Zoom. But you can book a Zoom with us, okay, to do a one-on-one presentation. And my goodness, if you've got somebody who's ever had network marketing experience before, what do you think the most important way to present to them would be? One-on-one Zoom, ASAP, right? I really want you to you've had industry experience. I'm so excited about what I'm doing. I would love for you to jump on and take a look for me. Can we book a quick Zoom? I just want you to take a look. How many times have I said, I just want you to take a look in the last like 5 minutes? About 1,000,001 times. Okay. About 1,000,001 times. That's exactly what I'm doing. Okay. So real quick, the 3 names that we wrote down, I'm going to have you guys, we're going to craft a quick message based off of this. I hope I'm not frozen. Am I frozen? No. Okay. So, all right, I'm going to go in. Casey was my first one. I'm going to start forming Casey because with Casey, I haven't talked to her forever. Okay. So I'm going to do a quick voice message. Are you ready? Here I go. Hey, Casey, this is Adrienne Ruiz. You're not going to believe this, but I was just scrolling through my phone and saw your name and I realized I've not talked to you forever. Just wanted to see what you're up to. My goodness, not sure if you're still in the airline business as a flight attendant. I don't know what you're up to. I just wanted to reach out and let you know I'm doing some new stuff. I'd love to connect with you. I think you'd be great at it. But give me a call back when you get a chance because I really just want to reconnect. All right. Hope you're having a great day. Happy Saturday. Okay. Voice message sent. Okay. I did take it a little extra step and say ugly. She's a really happy person, right? So I think I'm okay to say that. Am I frozen again? No, I'm good.
You were. Can you just repeat what you said?
Yes.
Not the whole thing, just what you just said.
I just, based on how I know Casey, I crafted that message based on how I know Casey, right? So even though I'm forming her like hey, it's been, like I'm being genuine. That's genuine. That's a genuine reach out for who I'm connecting with there. Okay. Now, this next gal, and you might just send a text message. You don't have to do a voice message right away. It's just, for me, it's easier. I feel like it makes more sense. All right. This is more of a follow-up on this one. Let me get in here. Okay. All right. I'm going to just straight form right now. Okay. So I'm going to do another one. Okay. Hey, Lindsay, this is Adrienne Ruiz. I have not talked to you since high school. Oh my goodness. I love watching your Facebook feed. Your kids are adorable. I just wanted to let you know I've started something new. Like I recently partnered with this proactive wellness company, and I know that you're way into health and wellness. I wanted to see if I could just chat with you a little bit about it this week. Do you think you could carve out some time for me? Let me know, because I would love to catch up and just see if this might be a good fit for you or not. Okay. So that's to Lindsay. Okay. And then I'm going to do one more for Angela. And this one is, I'm going to soft. This is going to be soft. I'm not going to come hardcore in. Oh, I can't send. Oh, I hate when they have an Android and I can't send a voice text. Okay. So I'm going to text this one. Hi, Angela. Was just thinking about you. How are you and the boys? You might say, how are you and your family doing? Okay. So I'm going to just start the basic of the form, because if I start this text message at 11:40 today, and she starts chatting with me in the afternoon, that's why you want to start with these texts right off the gate every single morning. What can I do? 3 gratitudes, 3 reach outs, or 3 gratitudes, 3 reach outs. Like I wake up and I say 3 things I'm grateful for or more right off the bat in the morning, and then I go to reach out. The reason is because then I'm going to have connections happening through the day that I can go and invite them onto something that night. Hey, are you busy tonight? You know what? I actually am super busy. It's Saturday. We're doing something real fun. I'm going to a birthday party. Oh, no worries. Wanted to see if I could send this landing page to you. I'm wondering if you can check it out over the weekend. I can reconnect with you. I don't know. Is Monday a good day to reconnect? Do you guys see how you're just right? You know, it's just like you're peppering it into your day. And then guess what? Maybe you go have a fun Saturday night because you reached out to 10 people and sent out 3 landing pages. And then you've got appointments to follow up with them, right? So just little things like that. Okay. So I want you guys to send out to your people right now, based on what I just did, a little crafted message. And this is all the Carpe Diem system. All the Carpe Diem system. So I don't know. Let me see. Let me come back to this. Hold on. Oops. Okay. So we're going to go to shout. Okay. And we're in Legacy Makers team, and under Legacy Makers team links, and in links, I'm going to go to the Carpe Diem system. Okay. So what does it talk about? How do we actually form somebody? How's your family doing? Wait for response, right? Occupation, that's great. How's work going? Wait for response, right? Awesome. Okay, recreation, or I'm sorry to hear about that. You don't know how their job's going. They might be like, it's crap right now. I just got laid off. You know, me and a whole bunch of other Google people just got laid off. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry to hear that. I heard that in the news. That's awful. Tell me more, like what are you going to do? What's your plan, right? Really dive in with people. We get in bed with people here. This is the relationship business. We develop relationships, right? So, okay, then you're going to come in. Well, listen, the reason I'm reaching out, maybe this is perfect timing for you, Bob. I had no idea you just got laid off, but I'm reaching out because I wanted to let you know that I'm pre-launching a new business, and it made me think of you because you have, and I always go in with their personality attributes, because historically you've always made really great business decisions, or because you've been such a good friend to me over the years, right? Or you're such a great connector. And I just wanted to see if I could send you a link. And would you be open to taking a look for me? If I would, you, right? If I sent you a link, would you be open to taking a look for me? Right? If I sent you a link, would you be open to taking a look for me? Why am I asking it like that? It's kind of a little disjointed, right? It's a little awkward. It's a little weird. If I sent this to you, would you take a look? I'm getting a commitment. It's the first commitment I'm getting. So I'm forming, I'm complimenting, and I'm committing. I'm asking for a commitment. I'm asking for them to take a look, right? When they say yes, of course, course, I really appreciate you doing this for me. When do you think you'll have a chance to take a look at it? Now, why am I going for a second question? When do you think you'd have a chance to take a look at it? Because I don't want them to wait 2 months. I don't want them to wait 2 days. If they go, well, how urgent is it? I was hoping you could take a quick look today, especially at video number 2 on the second page, or I was hoping you could take a quick look for me, right? Just want you to, looking forward to hearing your thoughts, right? Right? So, okay, when he says, yes, you're going to send them the 3 launch, or I'll be able to watch it at 2. Excellent. That's phenomenal. Great. I'll follow up with you after 2. I usually put the time in. So if they say 2, I'll say, no worries. I'll follow up with you like at 2:30. So I'm not letting it go. I'm not like throwing noodles at a wall and hoping something sticks. I'm truly booking an appointment, right? Not only is this to value my time and place value on my time, but it's to place value on their time. It's for them. So they know that I'm going to be following up at 2:30. So they're going to watch it at 2:30. All right. I'm going to follow up at 2:30 or at 2. I'm going to follow up at 2:30. So then I'm going to start a chat. Or I'm going to come in there. I'm going to say, hey, have you had a chance to take a look at the video yet? Oh my gosh, give me 5 more minutes. I'm so sorry. Just finishing up. Oh, no worries. I understand. We are the most understanding people they've ever met. We're the nicest person they've ever met. Okay. So we're going to dive in with that, right? Thanks for taking a look. I'm still new and I'm practicing this. So I've added my mentor into this chat. So if you're online messaging, you'd be adding the mentor into the chat. If not, what would I be doing? I'd be having that mentor on the call with me, right? I would not be following up by myself, especially if I'm brand new. Now, if you're on a Zoom, doing a live Zoom, that's a different story because you've got your mentor, you're presenting all in one. Why do I love live Zooms? Is because it's all happening at once. I'm getting a wham, bam, thank you, ma'am, right? I'm getting a brand new associate. I know that. Our closing ratio with 1-to-1 Zooms is the highest it's ever been. Okay. But if we want them to take a look and they're able to just, do it that way, then we can do it that way. The next thing is to come in and we're going to edify that mentor. Some of you guys, when you're doing calls with me, you forget to make me the expert. Not because I'm a superpower hero and you couldn't do this on your own. It's for third-party credibility. So I do the same thing to you. You edify me, I edify you, right? Wendy and Daryl and I did a 3-way call yesterday and I edified them. They edified me, I edified them. They edify me, I edify them, right? Teamwork. It's teamwork. It's teamwork makes the dream work, right? So they're telling Shay why I'm important to listen to. Does that make sense? Not because I'm shiny object. It's why I'm important to listen to, why what I'm saying matters. So really great edification would maybe be something like this. Let's say Irene is my mentor. And I've got Tyra on the phone. I'm going to say, hey, Tyra, I'm so looking forward to introducing you to my mentor and business partner, Irene Smith. She's had 30 years full-time in this industry. She is an absolute legend and rock star. Not only has she studied a ton about nutrition and everything else, but she truly has such a great business mind. Irene, this is Tyra. She comes from the real estate world. She's also a professional. I'm so excited to have connected you both together. Irene, I'd love for you to share with Tyra why we're so excited about 3. You got it? Okay. All right. At the end, Irene's going to do something like this. She's going to go through and she's going to be like, hey, Tyra, how are you? So she's never met her before because she hasn't. So she's still going to form her. She's not going to make it awkward and weird and dive right into a verbal vomit. She's gonna be like, hey, Tyra, how long have you been in real estate? She's going to be like, how's your family? Do you have a family? Oh, you do? Oh, you have a little baby girl and an amazing husband. That's so awesome. Is he supportive? Oh, that's so great. Okay, well, what got you excited about 3? What did you see that got you excited? What did you like about what you saw? Right. And Tyra's going to say something like, I can't believe what I just saw. I'm so excited, right? Like I just saw the business opportunity. I saw a business in a box. I saw a way to get healthier and happier. I saw a way to be able to share this with other people that I know that care about their health and wellness as well. My whole family can take these products. I'm excited with. She would literally go in and Tyra might say, well, this is exactly what Tyra said because she's brand new. She's like, well, the founder How do you know? Because they just said that to you, right? So we're not going to waste time enrolling a rock star. I'm going to enroll her, right? I'm going to get her every tool she needs. So I might jump off the call as the leader because I don't think you need third party in there when you're taking credit card information. It should be a singular transaction, right? So I usually will come in, or Irene would come in and she'd be like, well, Tyra, listen, I cannot wait for you to be a member of this team. And she's going to give her assurances. What are our assurances? How do we CYA? How do we cover our butts? Okay, Tyra, here's what's up. Adrienne's going to enroll you right now. She's going to send you a welcome email from our team. You're going to go through that welcome email, and then we're going to get you an onboarding call as fast as possible. We're going to show you how to start building right away because you're coming on as a founding member. We need to just get the ball rolling. Okay. So I'm going to take your order right now. What's your address? What's your credit card, right? Or I'm sorry. I jumped ahead. Adrienne's going to take your order. I'm going to start a three-way text. And then that way, any questions you have before your box arrives, we're going to dive right in. So Irene would jump off the phone, but before she does, she's going to say, you're in good hands. She's going to edify me again. You're in great hands. Adrienne is a phenomenal leader. She truly cares about everyone that she onboards, right? All that good stuff. Am I frozen again, Wendy? No? Okay, good. Okay, just checking. All right. So you're going to edify, and then you're going to jump off the call, right? And then Adrienne's going to enroll Tyra, and I'm going to go right into it. Oh my gosh, what a great conversation. I'm so excited for you to get started. Tyra, what's your address? What's your shipping address? What's your credit card? Right? What's your what's all that? What's your date of birth? Okay, great. She's going to gather all the information. Is she going to wait on the phone with Tyra to put her in the computer? No, you're going to jump off of the phone. Okay. You're going to be like, I'm jumping off the phone now. I'm going to place your order. You're going to see a welcome email from the company and a welcome email from me. And we're going to go from there. Okay. And then once that happens, what are we doing? We're starting the three-way chat. Does everyone see the system? You see it in its entirety, don't you? Yeah. Okay. So when you're doing all that, right, you're just, and I'm kind of jumping ahead, but here it talks about coming in, taking the order. It also goes into some other things for follow-up, but really you're going to dive right in because your mentor is going to help you dive right in. Okay. Wendy, I can see your hand is raised.
So I just have a question. I'm on a three-way chat with Jenny and one of her cold markets.
Good.
And he's asking, I'm setting up a three-way call or a Zoom with him on Monday at 3. And he's asking if there is a cost for the program. I'm going to tell him yes, but I don't know exactly what would you say? Because for me, it would be like whether he looks at it or not.
Yeah, no, I defer. I do too, because they don't know what they're asking about. Do you know what I'm saying? So I usually just say, first things first, let's just get started and see if this is for you or not. Right.
Okay, so that's perfect.
They'll come back with that. Yeah. And like first things first. And if he comes back and is like, well, is there yes or no? Just like, it just depends. It depends on if you see value in what we're offering.
Okay, perfect. Thanks, Adrienne.
Yeah, but I will say with cold market, and this is a common question with cold market, because I'm worried about, I put my information into something, somebody's now connecting with me. What is this going to cost me? Does that make sense? Right. They're already scared. They're already nervous. So it's more about easing their mind around it. So you can also say, of course, just like with any business, there's a cost to it, but it's not at a huge expense to you. It just depends on what you see the most value in. I'm looking forward to speaking with you because I would rather help you make an educated choice, but also it tells me a couple of things. If they're cold market and they come in and they're asking about cost, they're struggling. They might be struggling with money themselves. So that's why we're sensitive to that. Or they just want to know upfront. It's one of the other. People are so predictable. Like when you start really diving in, like that's a very predictable thing to get from cold market.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
We want to ease their mind and say, first things first, let's just get you to take, I'm here to just help you take a look at what we have. Question. Okay. So I'm kind of deep dove into that because I feel like this is a really great document for you. Now we have other scripts, right? We have other scripts that you can, why am I always doing this? Oh my God. Okay. Shout. Okay. Business approach script. Maybe you're dealing with somebody who's business minded. Hey, listen, a couple of weeks ago, I had an opportunity laid in my lap. A group of global affiliate marketing leaders formed a new collaboration and it entered pre-launch on February 20th. There are 14 countries involved. Now, this is a little outdated. You might want to update this a little bit for the correct timing, right? There are 14 countries involved in this massive innovation. I believe this is and you could email this too, right, guys, to business professionals. You could send out an email blast. I believe this is an opportunity of a lifetime. I think what I'm most excited about is the seamless compensation plan, because we can work globally and the product line has disruptive science. I have never had the opportunity to work at the ground floor space. For me, what's even better is that is a massive opportunity to use in an online platform like never before. Would you be open to taking a look at some quick info? I would love to hear your reaction, right? So, you know, to what I'm presenting. Now you could do this. It has a microphone because you could say that in a voice message, but that's kind of a lot. I want you to get the gist of it and make it your own, but please end with the question, would you be open to taking a look, right? So the person who usually dives in real quick and does that, you know, that kind of a thing like that, that's really what we're after. You could craft this any way you want, you guys. You could craft it in a way that makes sense for you. Maybe you're doing an email blast. Maybe you're working with a clinic and the clinic owner is like, well, how do I present this to my clients? Maybe you don't have to go full business. Maybe we go product, right? What does that look like? Okay, let's talk about a connecting script. Okay. So listen, you know, connect with your prospect friend, warm the relationship, form them, right? And then you'd come into, hey, listen, I'm working on a project. I would love to share some info with you. If I sent you a link with a 2-minute video, would you be open to taking a look and give me some feedback? Right? That's another way. Now, if you're working with the clinic, you would take the business approach script, but make it very product focused. Does that make sense? You're not, if they're retailing, if their plan is to retail product or whatever, you're going to make it different. This one is more the connecting. I'm looking for the launch script. Tosh, we have that, right? Oh, I guess we only have that one quick link on there. So we'd go to where? We'd go to our team website for the full recruiting links.
Frozen.
There we go. Okay, I'm frozen. I'm frozen in my internet frozen. Okay, so recruiting 6 on Legacy Makers, our Legacy Makers, right, website. Okay, we come down, it's all these different ways, but right here, this recruiting scripts button, you have the virtual launch script as well. So how do we get somebody on a Zoom? Right. Hi, Tyra. I'm so excited. I just started a new venture and I'm hosting a launch party online tonight. I thought of you because you're in the real estate world. And if you're not free, I totally understand and that's okay, but I would love for you to check out what I'm doing. Are you free for 30 minutes tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern? Right. So you might send something like that in a quick voice text if you're inviting straight to a Zoom, right? A pre-done Zoom. Okay. Great. Thanks so much. I'll send you the link. Okay. If they can't make it, you'd say, that's okay. I totally understand. If I sent you some info, would you be open to taking a look at it? And then you would send the landing page. Okay. So I know I'm deep diving today into the systems, but I think it's so important for you guys to have verbiage and words. It's the most important piece because like you want to be able to do this in a way that makes sense for you. Now, if we go to Shout, okay, we've got our roadmap. Where is it? Okay, this is where you'd book a one-on-one Zoom with Calendly. This book a Zoom. So if you've got somebody on the line, maybe you've got a broker at an agency and he's like, yeah, sure, I'll take a look at for you. Book a Zoom, book a one-on-one Zoom because he's business minded, right? We've got the PowerPoint slides here if you ever want to do one on your own. And where is our landing page? Here it is. This is the team landing page that we use, just so you know what you're sending people. It looks like this. Join our global movement. Together, we're empowering an entrepreneurial movement for greater wealth, proactive wellness, and hope globally. And then it has the quick three video about us, our leadership, next video, okay, our story, okay, the platform, and then George and I's quick 19-minute video. All right, that's the overview. So they are getting a full presentation. And then it talks about top minds united by a mission. The next video is actually explore our science. So we have all of our exploration, curation, absorption. George is going to add in there the epigenetic study. And so it has everything, right? It has everything. So this is not a bad tool to be going back to. The next video comes into the team compensation plan. How do we earn income? Right? And then it says, connect with the person that sent you this link for detailed information on how you can join us. Right? So, and then it stops there. So it literally just times out, stops. There's nothing more. They have to get back to you. Okay. So that 3launch.com, if you're like, gosh, what do I send today? If I wanted to power up my business this weekend, what do you think the best source of action is that you could do right now today? We sent out 3 texts together. Could you send out like 10, 20, 30 and say, hey, and then send them the landing page using the scripts? Yes or yes? Yes. Okay. What is the fastest way to earn income? Get in action. Get in action, right? That's what develops a huge source of income, a huge 6 figures. Get in action, plant seeds, get people taking a look. All right. So I'm going to stop sharing that for a second and we're going to come. Oh, wait, actually I needed to stay sharing. I'm going to come back in here. Okay. We're going to come back to this share. Okay. So after we've sent all this information, guys, what are we going to do? Follow up. Where is the fortune? The follow-up. The fortune is in the follow-up. I cannot say it enough. If you guys send 10 links today to power up your business and you never follow up with one of them, have you done your job? No. Do not be the person. You know what that's like? That's like renting a booth at a health fair for $3,000, setting up all of your supplies, having a huge list of names that people say they're interested, and then never calling one of them back. Not a good plan, right? I don't know about you, but that literally made me cringe inside, just giving you that scenario. I was like, oh, right? Some of you guys spent $2,000 on a founder's pack and you're sitting on names of people right in front of you that you need to reconnect with and follow up with. And sometimes it's as quick as going, it's as quick as doing this. Where's my follow-up? Hold on just 1 second. It's as quick as going like this. Here we go. Ready? Hey, Julie, it's Adrienne. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it's been too long since we've chatted. I know I sent you that link a couple days ago, but I'm just wondering if you've had a chance to take a look at it yet. I'm just super looking for people who are excited. You can tell me no too. I just wanted to follow up and make sure that I reached back out to you, and also hope everything's going good. Happy Saturday. Okay. It's just that fast. It can be like that because not everyone's going to get back to you all at once. Why? They're busy. They're at a business meeting. They're doing things. Okay. So you never know when you're going to catch them. So we always want to be following up. Okay, Daryl, go ahead. I can see you got your hand raised. You're fired up about follow-up.
I am. And I'll be really honest with you. Off and on, I struggle with follow-up. I can get 100 names. I can get 100 people to look at something literally and get lost in the shuffle of it. Mm-hmm. And, you know, the beauty of this is there's this beautiful lady that's in my relationship that is good at follow-up. So we're working on that in a whole circle, because it's like, I'll talk to anybody and everybody, whether they like it or not. And so it's easy for me to get their phone number. I could probably get their social security standing on the sidewalk. Seriously. Yeah. But it's that follow-up. And you're right. That's where the money is. That's where, you know, the tire meets the road, whatever you want to call it. But yesterday, Wendy and I were having a conversation, and I'd gone upstairs and done some reach outs, and I had the day before, of course. And I come down, and all of a sudden my phone started just ringing, and I'm like, oh, it's Beth. Boom, boom, boom. I get on the phone. Beth, how is South Carolina? Mm-hmm. And my wife looks at me and she goes, how do you get them to call you back? Oh, right. Mm-hmm. I left a message, and all I said, hey, it's been a long time. Mm-hmm. How is your family, and how the heck are you? Okay, I reached out to her about, I think it was March. Mm-hmm. I have not seen her since 1987. Mm-hmm. I met her on my mission in 1987 in South Carolina. I just reached out. I thought, what's in a hurt? Mm-hmm. I found her on Facebook. she had her number and her information. So I called and left a message. She called me back and I was on the phone for an hour and a half with her. And she's looking at the information. I got her on the iDecide, but Wendy's like, I've sent out 16 of the same thing and I'm not getting one back. And I said, well, I did 6. And as soon as I said that, my phone rang again after I got off the phone with Beth. And it was Dr. Hershey, one of my a chiropractor I've gone to. And he sent him the information. And, I'm going to just be really honest with you. It's like Adrian and George say, take action. And that's, but that follow-up is my weakness and is going to become my strength. I promise you. Because I can't go 6-star by convention without, did I just open that? I'd stop.
Yeah, you did. I wrote it down. So now you can't go out, you can't back out of it now. Now you have to accomplish it.
They say if your goals don't scare you, it's not big enough. And I'm telling you,
can I give you a really big hairy thing? Samson Lee, you guys who Samson is in our company. He's a multi-million-dollar earner. He says to me the other day, why don't you just go create 12 6-stars? I said, what? He goes, if you had 12 6-star legs, you would be earning $350,000.
You're frozen, but that's beautiful because we're glad you just said that big number because we really need to pause on that and go, yes. How many of us need 6 stars?
Dollars.
You're still frozen, Adrian, but you're beautiful.
How many? George, get off the internet.
Quit gaming, George.
Quit gaming, George. No, like he doesn't even know how to game. Oh my gosh. But you know what? No, I was like waving, like, but no, you're getting me excited because I realized I was not thinking that big. I was not thinking 12 6-star legs. I was hoping for two. We need to think bigger. Some of you guys are like, I just achieved 3-star and that's it. No, my friends, that is the beginning. That is the beginning. You need to reach around and create 12 3-stars in your organization. You need to go out and you need to enroll 5 to 10 people this weekend. 5 to 10 people. You need new blood. You need new people to work with, and you need to start reaching out more. And that got me excited because I was like, yeah, why are we doing the minimum when we can do the maximum and get rewarded faster? Makes sense to me, right? Yes or yes?
Yes.
Yes.
See,
all right.
You got me wound up yesterday, Adrian. You were on your little walk. And I'm telling you guys, we did a 3-way and you think she talks fast on this? Get her on a walk. Oh my gosh. I know the guy was like, whoa, I want what she's on. But it was a phenomenal call. It really was because he didn't get a chance to look at the information I'd sent him. It just didn't go through and it was crazy. But Adrian just like yanked it back out of the toilet, said, nope, we're going to get you on. And we're on a call Monday at 1:00 with him. And it was awesome. And I know I told you I have no filter and I love it. Anyway, so what you do, I got off phone, like I told you, Adrian, I called all these people and I left messages. And then last night, I talked to somebody in South Carolina and she's like, oh yeah, send me the information. I just got over chemo and I need to get this garbage at me. I said, oh, we'll get you on products that's going to pull that out. It's going to help you. And then we were talking a little longer and names just started coming to me. And I'm like, hey, I got to let you go. And last night I got hold of another gal that's in South Carolina, in Charleston. And I literally haven't seen her since probably 1989.
Wow.
And I got her on Facebook and I messenger and I says, hey, can I call you? And she said, absolutely. And so I called her and I says, what are you up to? And she goes, oh, we're remodeling the kitchen. And I says, no, I mean, what do you do for work?
Yeah.
I mean, it was like, right to what are you doing? And she is a hypnotherapist, and she had a son that is autistic, full functioning, high functioning, however you say it. But she was telling me these things, and my brain's going 100 miles an hour about product. And I'm thinking, I'm going to talk to her about product. Her son's, this and this and this. And she says, yeah, really, kitchens are expensive. I says, if I had a way to show you how you could make money to make up for what you're spending, would you be open to that? Send it. That's what she said. Send it.
Yeah.
And here I was in the beginning thinking, oh, I'm going to talk to her about products. And it totally turned around in my brain. I'm like, I need business partners.
Yeah.
I really, really need business partners. And if they're business partners, they're on the products, right? It's that simple. And so I just mentioned it to her, and then she says, well, what is it? And I says, well, it's a health and wellness company. I says, we do have products that help people a lot. And she says, oh, I've got my son, we grate turmeric on a daily and feed it to him because it does seem like it helps. I'm like, well, yeah, you get the inflammation down, things are better, right? And she goes, yeah. I says, well, we got one that's micronized and hydrolyzed, and it has a delivery system. Will you just send me the information? She said, but we were on the phone for a while, but I had to build rapport. I had to, that trust. She knew me from the past. She kind of trusted me. And then we got on the phone, we started talking, and then she's like, yeah, just send me this stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. And then she tells me, yeah, my husband just retired from one job, and he's only like 58, 59 years old. And now he's working part-time at Home Depot. Mm-hmm. But I said, why is he working part-time? Oh, we need the money.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Everybody needs money right now. Everybody and their dog needs money right now.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, get Adrian on the phone, because I'm telling you, if they don't see it, they're going to feel it. I promise you. They will feel. I did. I seriously, I mean, I went out literally and just wrote down names. I'm like, it was like the floodgates opened finally. And I'm just writing down names and going through lists, and, and don't procrastinate. Action overcomes everything.
Yeah. Rita, recruiting is the answer. Recruiting is the answer. Rita, RITA. Yeah, so true. You guys, and then the name of the game is never quit, right? I mean, that's something I always want to say. Like in this, I can't even count on my hands the amount of times I wanted to quit 15 years ago when I first started in this profession. I was not battling the business. I was battling myself, my own belief system around it. Does that make sense? So every once in a while I'll be like, oh, I'm not fully supported by my ex-husband. Okay. Oh, I'm not fully supported by my family. Oh, I'm not fully supported in my community. I had all these excuses and all these reasons and all of these things why I wasn't good enough, and I was making just good enough income.
I'm not worthy.
Yeah, I'm not worthy still. And I wasn't open to receive. Does that make sense? Like, are you open to receive? Are you open for business? Our faucet turned on with money that I couldn't shut off if I tried. Okay. Once it did. So are you open for business? Are you open for business? Are you ready to receive income? Are you ready to go out and enroll 5 to 6 people with founders packs and make over $2,000? Are you ready? You're open to receive, because that's what we can do together. So we've reached out to some people today. We've gotten through the system for the most part. We've gone through several examples, right? So you're well equipped at this point to at least invite somebody to take a look at something and get them on a Zoom. And then I am happy to help. I am happy. You can book a Zoom call with me anytime. You can send me a text message. Every single one of you who's on here has our number, right? You've got it. So please reach out. I am not too busy. I am ready. I am open for business. I am open for business. Okay, Irene, go ahead.
I just wanted to say, I feel like repetition is so important.
Mhm.
And I know that sometimes we have busy, full weekends, you know, and a lot of stuff going on. I know I do today. It's been crazy already. But just taking the time to get on here as soon as I could, I have really gained a lot because it really fired me up. I think
Mhm.
we all need, we get fed the encouragement and it builds our energy level up. So it creates more openness to the what's possible for us that we all can do. And so I just wanted to tell you, oh my gosh, what a blessing it was to be on here today and see this presentation. I love the PowerPoint update. I think you did a phenomenal job, Adrienne. You just get better every time, every time. So yeah, I haven't even showered today. Right. My hair is dirty. I went to yoga, worked out, did a walk, and then I got on the call. But I keep sloughing off on the basics of what I used to do. And I thought there is dang well going to be a way I'm going to fit it all in today. And so, you know, I just wanted to say thank you because I needed the little shot in the arm today. But it built my belief just because it makes me feel energized when I listen to you.
Mhm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. It's
I
why
mean,
we need
dirty
to
hair and all.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. It's why we all need each other. That's really what makes this work, you know, and we all have good ideas where there's certain things that one of us is saying that another one isn't, you know, it's like, what made that person roll? What got that person excited? So I actually would love if Tyra, if you could share, I'm kind of calling her out right now, but you just got started with the Founders Pack days ago, like literally you guys days ago. She's already a qualified brand ambassador. I was speaking the truth. She does have a background in real estate. So she's already an entrepreneur and she's psychologically unemployable. We identified that on our first call together. She's doing her own thing. But will you share with us maybe some of the things that got you most excited so that everybody on the call can go, well, gosh, maybe I should start talking more about that?
I'm unmuted.
Okay.
I mean, for me personally, though, I mean, I have to go with the product itself, just because I told you guys, like, or you ladies, like, when I got on the call, I am a super health nut. Like, I wouldn't get behind something if I didn't believe in the product itself. So for me, I always look to come at it. Well, not always. I need to change that as I've seen just now, depending on the person. But I mean, I'm coming at it from that health angle first and foremost, just because like I want people to feel good. I want people to feel better. And I personally feel like as soon as I get the products, I'm going to have a much easier time because I'm just like waiting, like, when is it coming? When is it coming? And finally, yesterday, I got the email saying it's on the way. So I'm like, oh yes, because I'm like, I can up my game that way too. I mean, like, I want to be like I want to set them up, display them, you know, Instagram them, Facebook them, you know, send them to friends, be like, hey, look what I'm taking, look what it's doing. Maybe be brave enough to do it before and after, you know, like
you have to,
I want the product, like, so that I feel like once I start taking them and I can brag about it and tell people what it's doing for me, you know, I'm excited to come at it from that angle. You know, but I'm just excited to be here. I learn new things all the time when I hear you talk or anybody talk, Daryl. But my wheels right now are just like spinning. Like, again, you caught me off guard because I'm like, how can I connect with, you know, people from the past, and thinking about, somebody in particular that I think would be amazing at this job that I'm like really excited to reach out to now. Like, she's a mom, she's also a realtor, but she has that, you know, entrepreneurial spirit. And I'm just like, I think that she would be amazing. So I'm like already thinking of other people to reach out to. And, you know, you guys are just awesome, like motivators, and I just eat it all up. I'm taking it all in, eating it all up, and I'm just excited, more excited every time I get on one of the calls.
Yeah.
Truly.
Well, you're doing something really great, and I really want to applaud you for it. You've got a lot of people saying bravo, Tyra, everything else. You took today and you were honest. You said, I originally started for the product. 90% of the people.
Yeah.
90% of people get excited.
I mean, nowadays, who isn't into a health and wellness product? I mean, this is huge. It's a huge market right now. And, you know, like I said, I can't get behind it if it's not a good product, you know?
It's a $1 trillion market. You guys are promoting a $1 trillion market, not $1 billion.
Yeah.
Health and wellness.
The health and wellness is huge. Yeah.
So you can do both, and you deserve to do both. I think it's really important that you come out and you say why you're excited about the products from your health perspective, but we never leave the business opportunity out, because like you're talking about this mom, would she like to make extra cash? Heck yeah. I don't know anyone that doesn't. I always say, look, you know, if I am leading in with products, I always say, you know, why I'm so excited about them. And I say, look, if you could get excited about making additional income too, that's something we can also talk about. So like, I dangle the carrot, you know?
Yeah. I mean, how about, like you said, like, how about getting that product paid for, you know, like, come on, it's a no brainer.
Yeah. I ask a lot of people right off the get-go. I'm like, what are your interests in anything? I mean, are you financially in a good place? And they're like, man, you know, and things like that, because like you said, I had a gal say to me yesterday, she says, how expensive are they? Oh, what does that tell you? What is she screaming at me? I can't afford this. And so I'm like, you know what? How about if I show you a way to make enough money to pay for your products? And that's, you know, because you know, the first thing they're going to say to you is how expensive, or, you know, do I have to buy all of them? I love that. Do I have to buy all of them? Absolutely. But no, it's Tyra. George and Adrian will tell you, and most entrepreneurs in this industry, the products are proven. Okay. But the thing is, if you want to go fast, make money fast, you're going to have to lead with the business. You really have to. Yeah. And like I said earlier, if they're in the business, they're on the products. And so it's simpler that way, because it's like trying to get them to buy a package and show them the $200 package first, and then try to go up to 2,000. You always start with the 2,000 and say there are other ways, but this is the best package, because it's if you go to a used car, and I hate to use this analogy, but if you go to a used car salesman, he walks you out to the nicest car on the lot, the most expensive. And it's because then he can work down. It's hard to work up. It really is. And so you want them to see the best bang for their buck. I hated that term for years. I'd hear that and I'm like, that sounds so vile to me. And then I used it one day and it like empowered me. I'm like, wouldn't you like the best bang for your buck? And they're like, yeah, I would. But you have to, when you're showing them the 2,000, you have to show them how much they're getting in savings and break it down. And, oh, by the way, if you put it on a credit card, it's like what, 25, 35 bucks a month, you know, and you run out and find two people and help them. And next thing you know, you've got your card paid off. And that's the thing, Tyra, you're in a very, very prime opportunity. I'm so excited. Adrian and George and myself, we've been in this industry for 30 years and never been in this position until now. And you are there. And it's, you know, Paul Zane Pilsner said, you know, oh, the health and wellness industry is going to be $1 trillion. And I remember hearing that years ago and going, really?
It is. It
and
is
now
now.
It's there. And I'm going to tell you right now, if Paul Zane Pilsner was on this call today, he'd say, Tyra, this is going to be a multiple billion dollars.
Yeah, it's changed so much, because I mean, I think back to when I was in my 20s and I honestly didn't know truly about health and wellness. It wasn't really that existent. But you talk about the 20-year-olds today, I mean, they're all about it. They're all about eating healthy and they're exercising. And you just look at the influencers. I mean, it is such a turnaround from when I was, you know, from even 20 years ago, let's say.
There's such a different mindset. Seriously, if you call someone our age, I'm 58. I call up a buddy and say, you know what, in this company, you could make $27,000 a week, $1.4 million a year. And they're like, what? You say that to a 20-year-old, how? That's what they say. How? Show me. Because their mindset is totally different than ours.
It is.
So we've got to get in that mindset. There's 3 things you have to have. You have to have belief in the products, belief in the company, and belief in who? You. And you know, and people go, well, what about, you know, other things? I said, no, just get those 3 beliefs and you're rocking it. And I can tell you, you can ask Adrian, you can ask anyone on this call right now that's been here. The products work. You haven't gotten anywhere, but I guarantee you, if you
I'm so excited.
These products work, and you haven't even tried them. And they'll say, how do you know? Say, well, let me line you up with 6 people because they can. So I'm excited for you.
I'm taking notes. I wrote this down. I wrote down belief in the products, the company, and you. I also wrote down, are you financially in a good place? Because sometimes I think we're scared to ask that question.
Because it's always like a touchy subject. I mean, it's a touchy subject. Heck, that's why most people get divorced in today's age over money, finances.
I really don't want you to say anything right this second, but let me ask you this question. Tyra, how much money did you make last year? But in this industry, I'm going to tell you right now, Tyra, you're going to go to a meeting and someone's leaning over and go, how much you made so far?
They give you the whisper.
Well, no, they're like right out bold about it. It's like, well, you've been in network marketing for 6 months, so how much you making now? And it's like, where did this come from? I mean, in any other industry, you don't talk about your income. You don't talk about pay raise. You don't talk about any of that. But in this industry, people have no couth about asking you what you make. But the beauty of it is if you're making money, you don't mind saying it. It's like Kenyon said the other day to me on the phone. We were on the phone with a friend of his, and the guy goes, so have you made any money? And I went, Kenyon, don't you make checks weekly? And the guy goes, he makes weekly checks. I says, he's been making weekly checks for months on end. And the guy goes, wow. And I says, so why are you how much did you make? And he got withdrawn on that. Because I thought,
I will say, I'll give you a tip, because Daryl's touching on something. Like I remember when I first started telling people how excited I was, in this profession. And it was always the people that were closest to me that were like, what? You're going to do something like that? So the way I got around it, as I said, I probably wouldn't have said yes if I hadn't have partnered with people who'd already made millions of dollars. My goal is that I'm learning from them. Right. And so that's really, I mean, everybody wants that.
And you have to surround yourself with people like that. It's really important.
That's how I get around that. But it never happens to me now.
No,
that doesn't ever happen to me. People don't ever ask me how much money I'm making now, because it's not, first of all, it's not on my mind. It's not something I'm thinking about. I'm here to educate. They decide, we support. Educate, they decide, we support. Educate, they decide, we support. So it very rarely comes out that people ask me that kind of question. But I try to do a really good balance of product and business, because to me, they're one. The whole one product, right? So I try to do a really good balance of that for sure. Yeah. Wendy, you were going to say something too. And then I think we need to cut off here, guys. We've been on here for a while.
She forgot. I always do that.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. Terry, anything you want to share? Terry, Cole, anything you want to share or no?
Go ahead.
If you could post this one soon so that I could send it out to my people.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll get it out there for everybody. And yeah, Alan, Irene, everybody, you guys are awesome, but we've been at this for an hour and a half. That's how much we love each other. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let you go get in action. I'm going to let you go get in action. I want you to hear me when I say this. Okay. 5 to 10 new people are coming into my organization this month. I am enrolling 5 to 10 new brand ambassadors into my business this month. Okay. I am doing 7 practice Zooms, 7 Zooms a week. Why? You're going to do more than 5 to 10 enrollments. So I'm going to do 7 practice Zooms a week right now. Okay. I'm going to go out. I'm going to get out of my way, right? This is not about me. I'm already enrolled. This is about how can I help? How can I serve others? How can I move the needle in my business, but help others in the process? That's what we're doing. We're servant leaders. We do have an incredible product. We have disruptive science and technology around it. The products are not on trial, they work. Who needs them? Everybody. How are they going to find out about it? You. What are we going to send first? Hey, how are you? How's everything going? How's work going? Listen, the reason I'm reaching out, I recently partnered with a proactive wellness company. I'm building a global distribution center. I thought of you because you're super bubbly and you also value health and wellness. Can I send you some links, or would you be able to jump on a quick Zoom with me? I just want you to put some eyes on this, right? We're coming back to the basics before we end the call. Okay. Coming back to the basics. Okay. Go out and do that. We're building a 2020 vision. We're building 6 and 7 figure incomes, and you can do it. You will do it. It's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. All right, guys.
Adrian, can we get this?
yeah.
Sorry, can we get this recording up real quick?
It's already on our Zoom page. It's being, I mean, on our YouTube channel. So it's on Legacy
Okay.
Makers YouTube right now under lives. Okay.
Okay.
Tyra, you were
Thank
going to say something?
No, I just said FYI, be on standby.
I'm on
hoping-
standby.
I hereby,
I'm here.
yes, because I might have some questions later. I'm expecting to hear back by the end of the day from a couple in
Okay.
the Philippines that are super interested and agreed to do a Zoom call.
I'm ready.
So I'm really stoked because they are both in like finance and networky stuff and corporate. So I'm like, I think you guys could really crush it over there, you know? So yeah.
All right.
They
I'm
agreed
ready.
to do it, just trying to coordinate because of the 12-hour time difference.
Hey, listen, it's not lost on me. Like I kind of work all hours. I peppered in. I live my life. I'm running and doing 3-way calls. I'm going to go look at
Oh,
later. Do some other stuff. It's going to happen.
yeah.
I'm ready. Okay.
All right.
All
All
right.
right. Thanks,
Hey,
everyone.
everybody.
Okay.
Have a wonderful day. We'll see ya. Bye. Thank you
Bye.
guys so much. Thank you for the good tips, Daryl and Wendy and everybody.